The second chapter under organizing module is responsibility, authority, and delegation. In the previous chapter, that's chapter 7, we had identified overall what organizing is, what functions or purposes it serves, how does the organizing process go about. But now we need to look into how that organizing function is actually implemented. And these are the three areas: responsibility, authority, and delegation, that are needed to implement the organizing function. We'll be shedding light on each of these three areas separately throughout the chapter. The topics that are going to be covered under this chapter are the division and clarification of job activities of individuals. How does that go about? Then differences between line authority, staff authority, and functional authority. What accountability entails, and lastly, how delegation takes place. And then there would be subtopics under these topics, of course. First of all, the first part out of the three parts of the chapter, that is responsibility. The most fundamental method of channeling the activity of individuals within an organization is responsibility. Responsibility, simple terms में क्या होती है? जिम्मेदारी and जिम्मेदारी का एहसास. It's actually an obligation to perform assigned activities, and it is self-assumed. एक इंडिविजुअल को आप उस वक्त तक रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं बना सकते जब तक वो खुद उस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को टेक ऑन ना करे, एक्सेप्ट ना करे. एंड ही हैज़ टू अज्यूम दिस कमिटमेंट दैट वो जो भी जॉब उसको असाइन की जा रही है या जो भी टास्क उसको असाइन किया जा रहा है, ही वुड डू इट टू द बेस्ट ऑफ हिज कैपेबिलिटी. So we can say that the source of responsibility lies within the individual. I mean, though the organization has given him the responsibility of getting the work done, but how well he does the work, and how far he fulfills the commitment lies with the individual only. So a person who accepts a job agrees to carry out a series of duties or activities, or to see that someone else carries them out. The act of accepting the job means that the person is obligated to a superior to see that job activities are successfully completed. Even though a manager may delegate a task to another employee, the manager still remains responsible for the completion of the task. In other words, responsibility is in a sense shared by both the manager and the employee. So, अगर एक मैनेजर किसी सबऑर्डिनेट को कोई जॉब असाइन कर रहा है, सो ही अगेन हैज़ टू एक्सेप्ट के उस काम के कंप्लीशन की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अल्टीमेटली उस मैनेजर की भी है. सो इट हैज़ टू बी टू फोल्ड, इट हैज़ टू बी टू वे. जिस सबऑर्डिनेट को रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी जा रही है उसको ये अज्यूम करना है कि वो उसकी जिम्मेदारी है कि वो अपना काम अच्छे से पूरा करे, और जो मैनेजर है उसकी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि वो मेक श्योर करे कि वो काम अच्छे से पूरा हो, और इन दी एंड जो भी रिजल्ट आएगा उसके लिए वो मैनेजर खुद रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा. Now, what a job description is: an individual's job activities within an organization are usually summarized in a formal statement, which is called a job description. Now, by statement, it doesn't mean it's a single sentence. Statement means multiple sentences. This job description is a list of specific activities that must be performed by whoever holds the position. So, जब आप एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अप्लाई करेंगे, they are going to issue you an offer letter, which is going to be ultimately accepted by you, and as soon as the acceptance takes place, they are going to hand you over a job description. अब उस job description में आपके specific tasks mentioned होते हैं very clearly, कि आपने इस रोल में रहते हुए, इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की इस पोजीशन पे काम करते हुए क्या क्या टास्क पूरे करने हैं. एंड it also includes a list of skills or competencies that you must possess. Unclear job descriptions can confuse employees and may cause them to lose interest in their jobs. On the other hand, a clear job description can help employees to become successful by focusing their efforts on the issues that are important for their position. When properly designed, job descriptions communicate job content to employees, establish performance levels that employees must maintain, and act as a guide that employees should follow to help the organization reach its objectives. कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में ये इशू भी होता है कि इनिशियली एम्प्लॉयज़ को जो जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन असाइन की जाती है, जो दी जाती है, उसको फॉलो नहीं किया जाता और अदर दैन द टास्क लिस्टेड उनसे दूसरे काम करवाए जाते हैं जो मोर और लेस इररेलेवेंट होते हैं एंड एम्प्लॉयज़ बिकम डीमोटिवेटेड दैट वे. Job activities are delegated by management to enhance the accomplishment of organization's objectives. And management analyzes its objectives and assigns specific duties that will lead to reaching those objectives. If we look at this example of a JD, for short, job description of an accountant general. Now, the position is accountant general. We know that the tasks are going to relate to accounting and bookkeeping. बट स्पेसिफिकली उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की उस पोजीशन पे काम करते हुए हमें क्या टास्क, आई मीन हम बीइंग एम्प्लॉइज क्या काम करेंगे, those would be listed in a job description. Like this example that's presented in front of you, the overall job responsibility would be to provide financial information to management by researching and analyzing accounting data and preparing reports. ये एक overall आपको flavor दिया गया आपकी job का, and then जो स्पेसिफिक जॉब टास्क्स हैं वो भी डिफाइन कर दी गए. दे आर अराउंड 12 to 15 of them, so I'm just going to read out a few. Preparing asset, liability and capital account entries, then documenting financial transactions by entering account information, recommending financial actions by analyzing accounting options. So very specifically वो आपको आपके tasks identify कर देते हैं that you are responsible for these tasks. And then as I said कि JD जो होती है job description, उसके अंदर आपकी skills, qualifications और competencies भी mention की जाती हैं that for this position and for conducting these tasks, these are the skills that you should possess as a candidate. Accounting, corporate finance, reporting skills आनी चाहिए because of obviously reporting is also a skill set कि आप किस तरह data को gather करके और कैसे उसे present करते हैं. Attention to detail, deadline oriented. तो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्पेसिफाई कर देती है कि हमारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के अकॉर्डिंग हमारा जो प्रोस्पेक्टिव एम्प्लॉय है उसके अंदर ये स्किल्स मौजूद होनी है. नाउ ये जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शंस बनती कैसे हैं, हाउ डू यू डिवाइड जॉब एक्टिविटीज एंड हाउ डू यू assign different activities to different positions, जैसे अकाउंटेंट जनरल है या supervisor position है अगर accountant की. So how are you going to decide which task should go to which position? One person, of course, cannot be responsible for performing all of the activities that take place within an organization. And because so many people work in a given management system or organization, organizing necessarily involves dividing job activities among a number of individuals. So कोई ना कोई मेथड होना बहुत ज़रूरी है जिसकी बेसिस पे वो जॉब एक्टिविटीज़ डिज़ाइन की जाएं. So under these methods, the first method that we have is the functional similarity method. It's the most basic method of dividing job activities, and simply stated, this method suggests that management should take 4 steps to divide job activities in a sequence. सबसे पहले जो मैनेजमेंट है उसको अपने मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को रिव्यू करना है, एग्जामिन करना है, उस पर रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन करना है, एंड देन दे शुड आइडेंटिफाई different activities that must be performed to reach those objectives. ठीक है. Then as the third step, they should design specific jobs by grouping similar activities. Like if they have produced around 100 activities, 100 tasks for that particular department, and in order to reach the organizational objective overall. तो अब उन 100 activities को आपको different पोजीशंस और डिफरेंट डेजिग्नेशंस को अलॉट करना है. सो आप ग्रुपिंग करेंगे कि इस पोजीशन के लिए these 20 tasks are similar, so they should be assigned to this position. इस पोजीशन के लिए these 30 tasks are similar, so they should be assigned. Like grouping कर देते हैं for all of those 100 tasks into probably 6 or 7 positions. and then make specific individuals responsible for performing those jobs. So if new people are coming in or existing people, उनको updated जो job descriptions है वो provide की जाती हैं, because it's not necessary कि जो job description है वो similar रहेगी throughout. It might change with the progression of time. Now, for supplementing or implementing the functional similarity method, there are certain guidelines. The first of these guides or guidelines suggests that overlapping responsibility should be avoided when making job activity divisions. Overlapping responsibility, of course, ऐसी situation जिसमें एक से ज़्यादा individual को similar काम या similar activity assign की गई है. So this would be wrong, and there should be only one person responsible for completing one activity. क्योंकि अगर दो या दो से ज़्यादा एम्प्लॉयज़ उस टास्क के लिए असाइंड होंगे तो दे वुड बी अनक्लियर कि ये जॉब एक्चुअली करनी किसको है, क्योंकि रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ओवरलैपिंग है एंड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट क्रिएट होगा, पुअर वर्किंग रिलेशनशिप्स क्रिएट होंगे एंड प्रॉब्ली वो जॉब कंप्लीट भी नहीं होगी कभी, बिकॉज जो एक एम्प्लॉय है वो यही एज्यूम करेगा कि दूसरा एम्प्लॉय ये वाला टास्क कंप्लीट करेगा एंड इट वुड गो दी अदर वे अराउंड. दूसरा एम्प्लॉय समझेगा कि पहला वाला एम्प्लॉय उस टास्क को कंप्लीट करेगा. Then the second guideline is that responsibility gaps should be avoided. This is in contrast to overlapping responsibility. Overlapping responsibility में आपने एक ही टास्क दो इंडिविजुअल्स को असाइन कर दिया या दो से ज़्यादा इंडिविजुअल्स को, और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी गैप में आपने कोई पर्टिकुलर टास्क किसी को भी असाइन ही नहीं किया. So certain tasks are not included in the responsibility area of any individual organization member. And of course, in this situation, nobody within the organization is obligated to perform certain necessary activities. Then on third number, the guideline suggests that management should avoid creating job activities for accomplishing tasks that do not enhance goal attainment. Organization members should be obligated to perform only those activities that lead to goal attainment. So irrelevant activities को include नहीं करना है. And for example, if I share my example with you, being a research assistant here at IOBM, my job responsibilities were related to prepare research papers and identify journals for publications, and maintaining a database of those journals, having research related workshops conducted. But अगर मुझसे ऐसे काम कराए जाएं like exams में just to overlook the students and probably checking papers or checking tests of various faculty members, then that's not going to work in my interest nor in the interest of the organization, because वो काम करने के लिए already faculty मौजूद है और मेरी position के लिहाज से वो काम irrelevant है. So it's like that should be avoided, which is not contributing on my part to the attainment of organizational objectives. That will be it for this video. For clarification of job activities, please refer to the next one.